So then these two old men walk up to us and ask for business cards. And we're like, wait, what? Business cards? Like, what are you talking about? And I can't remember if it was Kate or Bria, but they explained, oh, these two old ajashis think that we're prostitutes. We're like, what? One of these days though, I will have the guts to be like, 아저씨, 야, 왜 그랬어? 눈이 고장나니야? And then we got nervous because the taxi drove up and our friend's going to get in the taxi and we see that they're like walking towards the taxi with her and we're like, they better not try to get in that taxi with her. So like she's, you know, stumbling in and we're like, close the door, please close the door. What's up idols, it's Cece Listen 3. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, like I said in my other video that I am also filming today, clearly, I've been back in Korea for a week now and I wanted to update you guys on what it's been like, some of the things that may have changed, because there seems to be a lot of things that have changed since the last time I was here. Think of this as like a 1 week check-in, but I also vlogged the whole week, so that's gonna come out probably next week or later this week, I'm not sure, because Bria's been keeping me busy and I'm trying to find time to still film and edit stuff. So today, yeah, I'm just gonna talk to you guys about this. Now for those who can't wait for these videos, you know, days, weeks apart, follow me on Instagram because on my stories I post every day, all day, what we're doing, where we're at, funny things I've noticed, fun things I see every day. Also check me out on TikTok, I post there. Yeah, I post there too. The first video I did today that I like filmed was about the whole process of coming here, QR codes, if you need to quarantine or not, if you need to be vaxxed, all that good stuff. So watch that first because that'll be answered in that one. This video is gonna be what happened after I left the airport and all that good stuff. So one of the first things I will say that I've noticed is the fashion is a lot more liberal these days. I remember once upon a time when it was like a faux pas and it was very taboo to even show your shoulder, fam. You couldn't even show a shoulder in Korea. Now I've seen several Korean girls walking around with like bold bras, like a black bra or like a red bra, a pink lacy bra, and wear like a sheer top over that, like so you can see their bra clearly. And I was just like, look at you, mommy, okay? It seems like a lot more people are hitting up the gym these days. Hella men and dudes around here, you can see strong and tone defined calves. You can see girls with like booties. One thing I was worried about, so like Bria picked me up from the airport and we were talking about all the pubs and clubs and bars that we want to go to. And I did mention, I forgot what it was called. And she said she went there once and it was fine for her getting in. She said she didn't experience any racism or anything. But she asked me if I wanted to go there and I said no, I don't want to go there. But another place I was upset about, it's called the Cliff or something down in Jeju. And I was like, oh my God, this looks so pretty and cool. She's like, don't go. I was like, why? She's a girl, they're hella colorist, they're a bit racist. And I was like, no, like, so that seems to still be par for the course. That doesn't seem to have changed all that much. So that's very disappointing. Oh yeah, so we did go to the grocery store also. And I can definitely see that the price hike is happening here too. Meat costs a lot more, fruits seem to be a bit more pricey, but fruits always were kind of expensive in Korea. We did go out clubbing the other night, guys. We went to this place called Brooklyn. It was lovely. It's funny because it is in the middle of nowhere. Again, I vlogged all of that, so be on the lookout for that vlog. It's like when you're in a desert and you're thirsty and you're dying of thirst and then you see an oasis. It's a beautiful water. Like, that's how I felt. We were just woods, and then just Brooklyn. Like, I was just like, who would put this out here? But it's close to a resort, so that's probably why it's built there. But yeah, it was really nice. The music hasn't changed much since I was clubbing since 2017. It's still the same songs that get played, unfortunately. We didn't have any problems getting in as foreigners. They were like, welcome. We all got tequila shots for free when we walked in. It was, oh my God, there was this really adorable moment. Me and Bria were out on the back porch, like it was two cute dogs out there, so I went to get some air and just play with the dogs. Her friend Kate came in and said, Bria, we need to dance now. And they were playing the Cupid Shuffle. I mean, there was a few other foreigners that okay, oh my God, I need to backtrack. I'm going out of order. Bria works at this really cool, it's called Alabama Roll Tide, and they serve like chicken and tacos. The owners like are from Korea but grew up in Alabama and came back to Korea recently, and they just opened a place. So she works there. Like she's such a boss. She literally went there to eat and said, y'all should hire me. And they were kind of laughing or whatever, but it was like, all right, give us your number. So then they called her back and they legitimately hired her. So she cooks some of the food there, she serves and does, like, Bria's lit. Okay, we went there because she had to work there Saturday before we went out on Saturday night. So we went there to get some wine and eat a little bit. And a lot of foreigners actually come there, and you know, it's Memorial Day weekend, so a lot of people were off and stuff. So a lot of foreigners were there. Bria said, y'all should come to Brooklyn with us. So a few of them came up and went with us to the club. Yeah, so there was a handful of foreigners who were in Brooklyn, but me, Bria, and Kate were the only ones doing the Cupid shuffle. So you know, we're doing left, 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 right, right, you know. And it was funny because you know, like the space clears a little bit for you because everybody's trying to see like, wait, what are they doing? What are they doing? And then suddenly a group of like Korean guys joined us, and they were trying to keep in step. So they like o른쪽, 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 왼쪽, 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 kick, 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 change. It was so fucking cute. Oh my god. Probably the highlight of my night. They seemed so happy to learn that dance. Oh yeah, one thing that was quite sus. Like I said, Bria found some people like at the restaurant and said, hey, we're going to Brooklyn, you guys should come with us. So this one dude, she called him Negro Black Diesel. He just looked like such a broke down version of Vin Diesel. So she called him Negro Black Diesel, and that was so funny. The name just kind of stuck. We didn't call him that to his face, obviously, but me and Bria were just kind of like, Negro Black Diesel. He got drunk, and that's another good thing about being in Korea, man. I swear to God, when you lose stuff here, people don't just steal it. They actually report it stolen. So we're about to leave. This club usually closes at, or lounge, they usually close at like 2 a.m. So it's, you know, almost 2 a.m. and I'm kind of ready to go. I'm getting too old for this. We're heading out, and then Bria and Kate are like, oh wait, this guy lost his wallet. So we're like, oh crap. So we tell the staff that someone lost their wallet, and they, you know, looked a little bit, but it's not so many places you can see. You know, it's not like there's a million places to check. So it's just like, uh-oh, we don't see it. So we got in the car, we're about to leave, and then they get a text. No, he called, because I remember it was connected to the speaker in the car, and it was really loud. And he said, 찾았어요, 가방이 찾았어요. He found the bag, and we're like, oh shoot, okay, great. So one of our friends goes in to get it, comes out, and this dude this is a mess. He goes back to Bria's restaurant, which has long been closed. It closes at like 11. It's like 2 a.m. now, but he called Alex, the owner of this place, and he speaks, you know, really good English. He grew up in Alabama. He's such a nice guy that he's making this his burden when he really doesn't have to. So he ends up going to the restaurant to like meet him and helps him get a taxi to meet Bria, because this dude was expecting us to go back to her job to give him his bag. She was like, I'm going home. You can meet me like on the street outside of my house, but like I'm not going back to my job. Like that's unnecessary. So she's like, Alex, stop answering the phone. Like, this is not your burden. Go to sleep. You open tomorrow morning. Like, stop being so nice. He's calling Bria, blowing her up, like, because he's in this taxi and he can't pay for the taxi at this point because we have his wallet. So he's just sitting there being, you know, kind of bitter. But it's like, bro, this was your mistake. They're doing you a favor by going out of their way to getting this for you. We would have been long gone and been tucked away in bed if we weren't like trying to report his bag stolen and stuff, or missing. He's calling, and he's also telling us that like the taxi driver is upset. And now we're thinking, great, he's gonna think so badly about foreigners. Like, great, this is perfect timing, perfect situation. He's not gonna wanna ever pick up a foreigner in his taxi cab, like, ever again. So Kate is Korean, but she grew up in the US. She's like, I'll go talk to him, like, you know, don't put another foreigner face in this, it'll be fine. So we get back to Bria's, and he's in the taxi, sitting there sulking in the back seat. And like the taxi driver was actually really nice and chill. He was actually concerned that this guy was drunk and had no money, and how was he gonna get home? So I guess he was trying to make us want to get there faster. I don't know. But yeah, Kate explained the situation. It was like he lost his bag, or it had his wallet in it. We have it here. So then the taxi driver's like, can you tell him to like make sure that he has the money, like show me the money so I know he can afford this long taxi ride. And he's being like a dick about it. He didn't want to show his money. We're like, bro, like, we don't care how much money you got. Just show that you have enough to cover this fare. So they finally pull off. He didn't call Bria or text her to say thank you for getting my bag, nothing. Negro Black Diesel just pieced out, and we never heard from him again. That was annoying. But one of our friends caught a taxi to her hotel, also from the same location. So like while we were in the car waiting for them to talk to the taxi driver across the street, Bria called her a taxi, and she's very drunk at this point. Like she was, you know, we had a fun night out. It was fun, so she was drunk. The girl that was getting the taxi that Bria called for her, it wasn't Kate, it was another friend. One thing that was really frustrating, like Bria lives at this intersection where it's like an arcade, you know, noraebang and stuff. So there's a lot of people who be out in the street hailing a cab there, and they kind of just standing there waiting for a taxi to drive by. So then these two old men walk up to us and ask for business cards, and we're like, wait, what? Business cards? Like, what are you talking about? And I can't remember if it was Kate or Bria, but they explained, oh, these two old ajashis think that we're prostitutes. We're like, what? Kojo, like, bye, no, bye. And then we got nervous because the taxi drove up and our friend's going to get in the taxi and we see that they're like walking towards the taxi with her and we're like, they better not try to get in that taxi with her. So like she's, you know, stumbling in and we're like, close the door, please close the door. And she finally closed it and took off. So we're like, text us when you get home, girl, because that was nerve-wracking. One unfortunate thing that is still the same is the staring. Honestly, since I literally blissfully forgot what it's like to be stared at for no reason. And I don't mean like just like a distant stare. I mean like yesterday me and Bria were on the beach. We were like playing with this crab. And under the sea.
Get her.
Yeah, you almost stepped on him.
I sure did.
Oh, little crabby.
I do want to see a little, yeah, that's what I wanted to see. And this dude walked like, okay, this is me and Bria. This dude was walking over there and he comes into frame to get a good look by us, like standing right next to us. This is us. Slows down and then keeps going and goes back. Like, you don't need to get that close, bruh. You really don't need to get that close. So one thing, unfortunately, that still seems to be the same here for sure, is the staring, being looked at a little bit closely. They come really close to you. Because I usually don't say anything when this happens. I just kind of look after they've passed. I try to pretend I don't even see them. One of these days, though, I will have the guts to be like, 아저씨야, 왜 그랬어? 눈이 고장나니야? I mean, I think one of the major differences from my visit this time in Korea is I'm a lot more brave with speaking to Korean people. I always had it in my mind that I'm a foreigner, I shouldn't even engage. If I'm struggling to find a place, I need to struggle alone. It is my burden to bear. I very rarely have ever asked a Korean person for help finding anything, but I did it twice this week, fam. Here's the story. So first, I was walking around, what were we doing earlier that day? Oh yeah, we went to the grocery store and after that I decided to just do some walking. Like I wanted to go to some of the places I went 5 years ago it's beautiful just to see the new buildings that got there. And I went to my old apartment and saw the construction that used to be waking me up every fucking morning, even on Sundays. And seeing that that's finally finished, I was like, you know what? Worth it. That's a beautiful building. Fine establishment. It was nice to like walk around and be like, this is still here, this is still here. Oh, that's different. Because Jeju was the very first place I ever lived in Korea. So coming back here after 5 years was really dope. Yeah, I was walking around and it was warm out. My favorite food to eat in the summer is mulnaengmyeon. I was craving it. I'm typing it in Kakao, like trying to find mulnaengmyeon, and it's just taking me to generic Korean food places. So I finally had the balls to just ask someone. It was a really sweet lady. I was like, 저기요, like, 저기요, and she, I guess she was expecting me to be like Korean, and she turned and was like, oh, like her reaction. But I was like, 죄송합니다, because I saw her reaction. I was like, 저기요, 죄송합니다. 근데 물냉면 많이 먹고 싶어요. 어떤 식당 가요? So she was like, and she just like guided me and she asked me like, how long you speaking Korean? How long have you been here? Are you visiting? Do you live here? All that stuff. And she walked me to this beautiful place. It was lovely. I saw mulnaengmyeon on the menu and I was just like, I was so happy because I hadn't had that in over a year. I was really excited. So yeah, I had my mulnaengmyeon and it worked out. Like she was very nice and I was so scared to bother her, but she was very sweet. So the second time was actually yesterday. Me and Brie were at the beach. And we were walking on the sand and she took her shoes off so she wanted to rinse off her feet. And we saw the little like fountain things that lets you, like water's supposed to come out, but it wasn't working. And you know, it probably in Korean said why it wasn't working, but we can't read. Bria's like, I don't know how this works. So a lady walked by and I was like, 저기요, and she, oh. It was the same, reaction, I swear to God. I like kind of pointed because I wasn't very good at being super specific, but I pointed to the pipes. And I was like, 이게 어떻게 해요? And she's like, and like shushed us to the bathroom and like, she like guided us. And she was saying, you're supposed to, it doesn't work. She was like, no. So she's like, you just take a cup of water and just rinse your feet off here. So she gave us a cup and just like, Bria was able to rinse off her feet. But yeah, I've never felt so comfortable speaking Korean with people. So this is probably the biggest change for me so far. Honestly, I was a little worried after all like the discriminatory stories I've been hearing coming out of Korea, especially since COVID. I was like, what is life gonna be like when I get back over there? But honestly, aside from, you know, the occasional, oh yeah, foreigners aren't allowed here, which unfortunately that has been always the case. Still gonna call it out though. A lot happened in the last week, so I thought I had to talk to you guys about this here. Thanks for watching. If you did, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.